It's 4:30 in the morning. And it's dark. And I'm thinking, what am I doing here? I'm a 46-year-old woman who is training to do a 700-kilometre ride at an average speed of 30 k's an hour with blokes who've been riding all their life. I've come from yoga land and now I'm training for this bike ride. Car back. But I wanted to support my husband. I'd seen my husband, James, do the Hawaiian Ride for Youth for 9 years. I'd been standing on the sidelines. And I thought, well, for the 10th anniversary, James, I'll join you. Now I'm thinking, crikey. Bike outside. And as soon as I shared my vision with my girlfriend, she said, Cath, that is fantastic what you're doing. Here's $5,000 to help you on your ride. Slowing. And that was all I needed to join the Hawaiian Ride for Youth and help prevent teenage suicide. Life's a journey, and you are the sum of the experiences and interactions that you choose along the way. I chose this bike ride, and my life hasn't been the same and is not the same. With every experience, every interaction that you choose, you are moulding and creating your life. You literally choose your life. So, how have your choices been so far? Are you happy with the choices that you've made? What about those choices in the future? How do you know they're the right ones for you? Well, it comes down to knowing who you are. You can free fall through life, falling this way, falling that way, and hopefully falling in the right direction and hopefully landing on the right spot. Or you can know who you are, really know who you are, and put that out there into your community and attract the right people into your life, the right people who can help you on your journey. Just like I attracted my girlfriend who put the $5,000 down. Well, how do you do that? Well, today I'm going to give you the formula. And it is I am to the power of 2 equals success. And in understanding this formula, there's 3 things you need to understand. Firstly, life is all about energy. This little red dot, very little I must say, this little red dot is energy. Your chairs that you're sitting on are energy. You are compressed energy. You have a subtle energy body and there's informational energy all around you which you can direct and manage. Has anyone heard of Bolte Taylor? If you haven't seen her TED Talk, look at Bolte Taylor's TED Talk, it's fantastic. Well, she was a brain scientist who at the age of 48 had a massive hemorrhage in the left hemisphere of her brain. So she lost her language, she lost her numbers, she lost her sequencing skills, her analytical skills, her organisational skills. She said she felt like she even lost the boundaries of her body. And she said she just felt like she was a fluid, with the universe. She even lost her internal voice. And she said your internal voice comes from the left hemisphere of your brain, from a part that's the size of a peanut. She said to think this peanut can rule your life. If I'd listened to my peanut on that very first training ride, there is no way I would have ridden the 700 Ks. So Jill lost all of that and all she had was her right hemisphere, which picks up all the energy cues around you. It's your creative, intuitive centre. You know when someone says something to you and they're saying it, but you don't quite believe them? Well, that's your right hemisphere picking up that what they're saying might not be the real deal, might not be true. So, number 1, life is all about energy. The next thing you need to know is energy follows intent. So what's your intention for your life? With solid, strong intent, you can do amazing things. And we've all heard stories of people doing incredible things with a strong, solid, focused intent. Like a woman lifting a car off her child that's been trapped underneath. Like a really low on the ladder sporting team actually beating the top of the ladder. How did they do that? Strong, focused intent. And then there's that guy who was in jail for 25 years. And he became best friends with his prison guard. And he later employed him to be his bodyguard. This guy got out of jail and got a great job. He became president of his country. In fact, he was the first black president of his country. Do you know who that might be? Nelson Mandela. So with a strong intent, you can achieve amazing things. So what's the intention for your life? What do you want to achieve in your life? So life is all about energy. Energy follows intent. And the third thing is, because we're energy beings, we all resonate with a certain frequency. In fact, we're just like a radio station. We're energy transmitters and energy receivers. And just like a radio station, we have the ability to select the frequency that we want to live our lives on. We have the ability to program that frequency. And we also have the ability to transmit that frequency. But we can also decide on what frequencies we allow back into our life. So it's all about frequency and energy. And the thing about frequency is that when you have like energy, like frequencies harmonise and amplify like a beautiful orchestra. But unlike frequencies can be destructive and really fracture. So if you invite like frequencies into your life, you can achieve a harmonious, amplified life. But if you hang around or accept or allow unlike frequencies into your life, then your own personal frequency, your own personal signal can get dulled down. It can get scrambled. You could even become white noise. So think about who you're hanging around with and think about those frequencies. So we're just like a radio station. And this is our radio station. It's I am to the power of 2. Because when you stand in who you are, when you stand in your I am and you transmit that, you are going to get light frequencies wanting to connect and tune in with you. So authentic energies are the strongest. It's about being authentic. I could try to be I am you to the power of 2 radio station, but that's not going to work because what we give out, we get back. So this is our station, I am to the power of 2, and I'm going to show you how you can program that for your life today. And your personal, unique radio station consists of your 2 watts, your 2 hows, and your 2 whys. So to get started, are you ready to get started in programming your life? So let's look at what we need to start with. We need to start with your personal watt. And Lockie commented on this, said we all have gifts. We all have special skills and gifts that we can contribute. We all think differently. We have different ideas. So what can you personally bring to the table? What can you bring to your community? How can you collaborate? What you bring to the table, your unique gifts, that's what people plug into. So say you're out there sharing your unique gifts, and people will go, oh, whether that's on the sporting field, at school, in nature, wherever you're sharing your gifts, people will see that, be interested in that, and want to connect with that, and they'll get to know you. So that's the first bit of programming we need to do. Your personal what can you contribute? The second piece of programming we need to do is to look at your personal how. And your personal how is the style of connection you're wanting to make with those around you. So are you a triple J or are you a 94.5? What's your personality? Are you fun to hang around with? Who are you? What defines who you are? And that's how you connect with others, your personality. And when you're being yourself with those people you know, and they get to see that, they get to see your personality and they become aligned with that, then the relationship will deepen to a friendship. So the more you know yourself, and the more you're able to express who you really are, you'll attract the right frequencies who are in tune with who you are into your life. So we've programmed your personal what, your personal how. The next thing that's up here is your big how. And your big how are your values. And your values fuel your life. So do you want really high octane fuel for your life? Do you want to have the best fuel possible? Well, if you do, it's about understanding what your values are. And my values are having grace, integrity, fun, passion, and by sharing with others. What are your values? And how are you going to fuel your life, your frequency? Once you've got your values, and a little secret about values is understanding your personality. If you write everything about who you are, you'll usually see some themes come up, and they are your values. That's what you like to live by. So you can use your values as guidelines in everything you do in life to make the right choices, because remember, you are the sum of the experiences and interactions you choose along the way. And your future life will depend on the choices you make, and the future quality and happiness of your life will depend on you, your choices. So when you've got an experience here and you think, well, is this aligned with my values? If it is, great. It'll strengthen your signal, it'll strengthen your frequency. If this experience is not aligned with your values, have a think about how it could be destroying your frequency, your signal out into your community. So you determine your values which fuel your energy. And when you do that, when you show that you're living your values through good times and bad times, you know, it's easy to live your values during good times, but when you're really challenged, when you live your values when you're really challenged, others will see that. And they'll come to trust and respect you. And that's how I think you can become a great leader, is when you're living your values in good times and bad times. You can invite others to trust and respect you, and they'll follow you when they might not be feeling that comfortable about what you're asking them to do, but they'll do that because they trust and respect you. Values earn trust and respect. So we're coming down, we've done our two hows, our personal how, our big how. The next piece of programming for our station, I am to the power of 2, is your personal why. And your personal why is your purpose. It charges your energy. So we have a choice. I have a choice to feel a certain way, and I have a choice to how I'm wanting others to feel around me. Your purpose is, how do you want others to feel around you? How do you want to personally interact? How do you want to make them feel? When I did the bike ride, I wanted my husband to feel supported, that I was supporting him in this bike ride. That was my purpose. I also wanted to help make my team members feel supported, that I was part of the team. They've got to let you in on a little secret. A lot of the time they supported me with a hand on the back, pushing me up hills. And I also wanted to show that the students of the high schools that we visited along the way, that we were there for them, that they were supported, that we cared. So my purpose for the Hawaiian Ride for Youth was to be a support and be of support to others. So when you work out what your personal why is, you attract those people you know, they're friends with you, they trust and respect you. That turns into a love. So the deeper you know yourself, the deeper connections you can make. And we've all got mates who we love because of the way they make us feel. We've all got mates we love. So following your personal why, you guessed it, it's your big why. And your big why is your global vision. And that ignites the spark of who you are. That ignites your life. Basically, it comes down to, why are you here? Why are you on this planet right here, right now? If you could contribute something, if you could impact something, no matter how small or how large, what do you want that to be? My global vision for doing the Hawaiian Ride for Youth was to help prevent teenage suicide. What are you passionate about? What would you like to contribute to? Have a think about your why and ignite your life. And when you're actually out there doing what you're doing, like Lockie was out with creating a library for people who need it, when you're out doing what you are doing in life, people will see that. People will come into your frequency. They'll be attracted to who you are, and you can create life partnerships through that greater why, through your big why. So your life partners, the final bit of programming we need to do is your big what. So we've shown you that there's a big what, a personal how, a big how, and a personal why, and a big why. So our last bit of programming is our big what. And our big what is our vision. And that's the spark of our energy. That's what's going to get us out of bed in the morning. My vision for the Hawaiian Ride for Youth was to join my husband, take up the challenge of this 700-kilometre ride, and that got me out of bed at 4:30 in the morning. So what vision, what do you see for your life? What can you picture yourself doing in 5, 10, 15 years' time? How do you want to be feeling? What do you want to be doing? Have a think about what you can see right here, right now. Your vision will change over your life as you grow, develop, and your perspectives change. But what's your vision right here, right now? What's going to get you out of bed in the morning? And when you share that, when you share your vision, then those who are in tune with you, who are enjoying your frequency, all together you can become a powerful collaborative force. There was only 400 metres to go and I could see the finish line. And there were families on the sidelines cheering us in, and they were playing "We Are the Champions, my friend." And it was amazing. I had personally raised over $19,000 for the prevention of teenage suicide. And that year, our 90 Peloton strong team had pulled together with the same frequency. We were all tuned in. We had the same vision, the same global vision, and we had raised over $2 million for youth focus and the prevention of teenage suicide. It was an amazing feat. With a strong intention and with people who are in tune with who you are, you can achieve amazing things. So understand what your I am is. I am to the power of 2. Have a think about your whats, your hows, and your whys of your life. Think about, what am I transmitting out there? Because what you're transmitting is what you're going to receive. And encourage people. You'll encourage the right people in your life to have an amplified life. So have fun programming your radio station, your I am to the power of 2. And hopefully in the near future I'll be able to tune in. I'll hear about you. And hopefully I'll be able to tune into your frequency. Enjoy the journey.